Good evening, this is Kenny with a video for today. It's April the 23rd of 2026. So we have now echolink, which we've had for quite some time, but we're actually running it here on a Sonim handset. So this is a Sonim XP5S, XP5800 and whatnot. So we went back to look at some of the other items that we're working on previously, and I figured, well, we were doing something with the Android version of this application and a couple other things. So we went back to look at like the key code for the external PTT and everything else, right? So just in case anybody's wondering, it's actually 284 if you have the Sonim, this one here, so the XP5800, but it's actually tied to the Zello, and it's just part of the application policy and everything else as well. You can change that, but there's probably reasons why you would not want to do that. So anyways, what I'm going to show you is that it's running on a Sonim XP5800. So of course you're on your own with how you get that to work. But what I wanted to show was specifically is that it will work. So here's the cursor keys, which are basically usual here. Here's your echo test.
Welcome to the echolink test server. This server records your transmissions and plays them back to help you adjust your transmitted and received audio. Please feel free to connect as often as you like.
Okay, so as you can see as well, our cursor control works, and it will actually move like the icon around to highlight the item, right? So in our case, actually, we want to use the transmit button. So by moving around the cursor, you can basically get to your transmit button here and then use the center key here for your selection. So as you can see now, we have our transmit window is open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Audio test via echolink. And we'll release that. So as you can see now, we have our transmit window is open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Audio test via echolink. We'll release that. So anyways, there you go. So echolink is now running on this. That's our echo test, and obviously we can connect to our various other nodes and different things that we might want to previously look at. Right? I won't say no there. Let's see here. Where were they? We'll go back here to some of our other items. So like in my recent QSOs, right? So these are conferences and bridges that we're actually using. So we talked to the people in the States, so WP2JPQ for East Coast Reflector and Canada Hub, and of course our conference that we used for the Artist mission, for the space capsule and all that stuff. So anyways, the only one now that I'll put back in there is the one for that I would use in the mornings for the net and everything else. Some of these echolinks are sometimes up and down, so they're not necessarily going to be as fault tolerant as our point-to-point communications with our trusty radios and whatnot. But it's a good way to complement the system sometimes, because I mean, it's just the way things are, right? So it works, and I figured anyways that I'd post that because these Sonim phones are very nice. These are able to be picked up now pretty cheap. They're very rugged, a very good battery life and everything else, and obviously we can recycle them for our purposes and use them in the amateur radio as well, because obviously there's lots of different solutions that we have for our POC radios and whatnot, right? So there's lots of different ways that we can do that, but this is actually very versatile little item, so I'm sure that people would like this, and it's got good sound on it and everything else, right? So anyways, that's my little video of that. So that's what I've done in a little bit of the development for it. The button, no, I didn't make the button work on it. There's the button there on the side. Like I said, it's code 284. I just didn't want to break it from the Zello because I still use Zello on this as well, so I wanted to have another way to do it. There's actually like the side button there for the SOS, and that's actually connected to the phone dialer, and then of course there's the connection there for the extra microphone, which I have, but anyway, again, it's connected to Zello. So anyways, that's it. That's all I have to say for now, and anyways, if you want some ideas for the XP5800, just probably do it. Have a good night. 7-3.